everyone, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, thanks so much for checking it out. If you know me from Instagram, I go by Lauren Roy Nasty. Over here on YouTube, I'm just Lauren Roy. So, as you can tell by the title, today we're going to be looking at the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals Volume 1. I think that's what it's called. I have the box here, so I'll just be able to read it. But I am just going to be creating a look with this today. It's not going to be a wear test because I can kind of already tell that these are like long wearing good shadows. I guess I would update you if they weren't, but they really, I'm assuming they will be, so let's just jump right into it. I wanted to show the packaging it came in because I was really happy with it. So it's just this black box. It's not, you know, like all flashy, because I think it's kind of worrisome thinking about people seeing something on your doorstep. If something's super recognizable, like remember when Kylie Cosmetics was like getting stolen off of people's doorsteps? Like that was kind of crazy. So I like that. And inside you get a picture of Tati with all of her glitters all over. It's really pretty. It makes me excited to use the product. And it comes with completely recyclable packaging. There is nothing else in this box. And it's just that, it's not corrugated paper. I don't know exactly what this is called, but I love that everything is super like eco-conscious forward. There's only one piece of plastic, and this can be recycled at so many different places. You could look it up in your community. In New York, I just use like Rite Aid, Target, any kind of supermarkets that use plastic bags. We have the palette. So it comes in this little sleeve, and it feels so nice. It's so like, it's such a soft, like smooth, I don't know how to describe it, just like a really satisfying kind of matte feeling. And this might be too deep. I'm usually not such a sucker for packaging, but like when I'm really excited about a product, like packaging is part of it. And then we have the palette. So this palette is beautiful, and it's just so pretty. You get this piece of, I don't know what this kind of plastic is called. I think this is recyclable. I'm gonna look into it and then put it on the screen if these things are plastic recyclable, like those plastic wrappers. These are the shadows. They're beautiful. They're pigmented. They're neutral. They're fall. They're summer. If you can't tell, I'm super excited about this palette. I just think it's gonna be so good. So this is the big mirror. I actually watched Patrick Starr's video. It was more like a not really a competition. It was Jeffree Star x Shane Dawson versus Tati Beauty palettes, but he said, you know, they're not comparable because they're not the same concept, but they're both beautiful palettes. And what he was talking about was the fact that there is some kickback in the pan, especially, you know, with glitters. And if you're holding a palette like this, like, I can't win with the noises. I just have to keep going. It is a noisy day for some reason. It's kind of noisy every day, but today is particularly bad, so sorry about the noises. Yeah, what Patrick Starr was saying was that if you hold a palette like this, because, you know, you hold it like this, dip in some shadows, go like this, you're holding the palette vertically. A lot of fallout can fall down onto your outfit, your clothes, so that's something super important to think about, actually. And I never really thought about it, but I hate when I get makeup on my clothing. And I am wearing a white shirt today that I like a lot, so I'll just be conscious of it. Enough about the packaging, the palette itself. We really have to dig into this because I've been waiting for like 2 days. I got it 2 days ago. And now I am finally dipping into this palette, so let's get right into it. Just because I know there might be fallout because I watched a couple of videos on this palette already, I am going to lay down some Tarte Shape Tape just right here. The reason I'm doing this is because I hate when I didn't sleep well last night and my like inner corner of my eye, they get super dark, super kind of purpley blue. And I hate when I do my eyeshadow before my face makeup and I just kind of see that little bit of darkness like poking through, because it's hard for me to get the concealer onto that inner corner after I already finished my makeup. So I'm just doing that a little preemptively. I want to lay down some NYX Proof It eyeshadow base. This is my favorite drugstore eyeshadow base. And I didn't want to put a lot of concealer on because I want to test out the color Aura to see if it kind of cancels out any coloration that's already on my eyelid. So starting off, I'm going to go into Aura, the really light kind of creamy shade in the palette. And I am just going to lay this down over the entirety of my lid. Wow, that is a dusty shade. Okay, I'm gonna hold the palette like this. And by the way, I am using a Morphe, it's just a big, like a fat shader brush that I got in a rose gold collection, just to lay down this color initially. And I can already tell you that this is such a pigmented shade. Anyone that's really fair, this is going to be great to cancel out coloration on your lid. And anyone that is a darker complexion than me, you are going to love this as like a highlighting shade, a really accent shade. This would be great for like a halo eye to place right in the middle. Alright, so hopefully you could see how well that just kind of like blanked out my eye. Like it really created a great canvas. Alright, so I'm going to try to show you real quick the fallout that's happening in the kickback that's happening in the pan. So if you look at Aura, you can definitely see a whole lot of dustiness going on in there, which isn't bad. The shade is super pigmented, and that's kind of just what happens with pigmented eyeshadows. I really don't mind it since I usually work off of a table. It's fine, but it is something to consider if it's a concern for you. And just so everyone knows, I am tapping off the excess every time I dip in. So now I'm going in with a Sephora crease brush. It is a really big crease brush, really fluffy. And I'm just dipping a couple of times into Soothe and tapping off the excess. And I'm going to start building up the crease. That is seriously like that was so effortless. I just have insecurities about my own blending, so I always blend for quite a while, but that was just so nice. I can't tell exactly what kind of look I want to do today. I want to do something neutral. This is a neutral palette. Alright, so I think next I'm going to go into Ritual, the dark brown kind of chocolatey shade. I am using a lot of mattes, but I really wanted to use the mattes in this palette, so here we are. Just dipping in and placing right on the corner of my eye. Kind of pressing it in and then buffing it. I actually think I want to go in with a smaller brush. I'm just going to do that real quick on the other eye and then go in with a smaller brush. Alright, so now I'm going in with one of my favorite e.l.f. brushes. It's just called the crease brush. It's just a small little crease brush. Dipping in once into Ritual. And I'm going to pull that color into the inner corner. I'm going to go in with a smaller shader brush. This is a Sephora, it's called the Shadow Brush. It came in a collection. And I kind of want to orange the look up a little bit. I want to incorporate a lot of orange under the eye, but I think I want to put a little bit into the eye look. So what I'm going to do is go into Story, the really bright orangey shade, and I'm just going to pat it on. Go around the crease. Take a quick little coffee break. And the reason I'm doing this like this is because I don't want to disrupt the dark brown just yet. I want to put more color on the brush before I kind of start blending it out like that. Alright, I'm going to go back into Soothe, the kind of camely tan color, in a kind of fluffy brush, and I'm just going to blend those together a little bit. Oh, I'm loving that. It's going to look so good as a halo eye. Halo looks are like just the way to go in my opinion. I just think they're so pretty. Now with the big brush, I'm going to dip into Aura and then Soothe just one time in each, tap off a lot of the excess. And I am going to buff this up against the edge of Ritual. Oh my gosh, that looks so, I'm not joking, that was effortless. That took this look from like, oh my god, where is this going? To like, that looks like perfectly blended. Oh, I should zoom you guys in. Alright, so I wanted to show you guys kind of close up what just buffing that color, the combo of Aura and Soothe, did to the edges of Ritual right there, because I was gonna buff it out anyway, like I knew it needed blending, but like the magic that happened when I did that really, I couldn't believe it. Like, it's so effortless. And it just looks so nice. It was just so easy to just take that from like, you know, this needs blending to like, it's done, it's diffused, it's beautiful. All right, so I think I really want to start using some of the more shimmery shades, the shades that everyone saw and was like, oh my God. So I'm gonna go in with a kind of flat shader brush. And I guess I should test out the sequin shades, but I kind of just want to go into, ooh, that's pretty. Oh goodness. That is really pretty. All right, so I'm going to go in with a flat shader brush and I'm going to go into the sequin shade of Aura. It really puts out some color on this brush. But I'm just going to pat this on the middle. Holy moly. The pigment in this, that's like, it's covering up shades that are like way darker than it. So the shimmer is really, it's a subtle shimmer. I think Tati touched on that on her video. She said, you know, these aren't meant to be blinding. They're meant to be like real life, like beautiful shades, as in they really reflect well in real light, not in studio lighting. And I would have to agree that these are beautiful in real life. All right, I really want to go into the metallics so that I can, in the end, place a glitter on top. So I think that I'll start with Aura. I know I'm using Aura a lot, but I I just love the color of it. And actually I'm gonna go in with my finger. So this is the metallic Aura shade on my finger. It's pretty. I don't have great lighting in here right now, so it's not picking it up well. And I think I'm going to go into Soothe in the metallic. Oh, it's so soft. The texture is just out of this world. I think I'm going to go in with a small little brush to go into the Story metallic, just so that I get a little bit more control with the placement. They don't perform as well with a brush. They definitely perform better with your finger. Just real quick, I'm gonna dip into Soothe and Ritual. So the tan and the dark brown, and then just a little bit of Story again. I really like that little pop of orange in there, and they're so pigmented. Like, it takes like no effort at all just to get that beautiful shade in there. I think I really want to use this Soothe glitter right in the middle, and I'm gonna use my finger. Holy moly, that looks so nice. That is such a pretty and easy to use glitter. Sorry that I always use my middle finger to place eyeshadow on. It's just my favorite finger to use to place my glitters and shadows. And I'm just patting it on, as you can see. This is so pretty. I didn't want to do like a line, but I think I should to test out the black. I think it would be very fun to see how the black performs as a liner. I'm just going to do a small one. Probably just one that's big enough for me to like cover up my lash band. So there's quite a bit of kickback on the black, but that's a good sign in my opinion. It means it's really going to be pigmented. That is such a nice black eyeshadow. That is such a nice black eyeshadow. That just laid down a line so easily and so well. Oops, I wiped a bunch of black shadow on my face. Oops. That's good, it wiped off easily. Luckily my face is an oil factory, so shadow almost always comes off my face really easily. There's definitely glitter on my face, but I knew I was going to use it anyway, that's why I didn't do my face makeup. So, let's real quick do the other line, the other eye. I have never had a black shadow do what this black shadow is doing. That is a problem with doing makeup with your hands and having a black that is as rich as this. It's a great black eyeshadow, but it has fallout. If you are going to use this, you absolutely have to do your makeup, your face makeup, after you do your eye look. If you're using the black, it's honestly no question about it. Like, it's not going to work, so that is something to keep in mind. I think I'm going to go off camera, do my face makeup really quick, and I will be right back. I want to jump into the lower lash line because it's getting late and I'm losing light, so let's jump into the lower lash line. Alright, so I know I said that I wanted to go really bold on the lower lash line, but I still kind of do. I don't know. Because, like, I like the look a lot right now and I don't want to, like, mess it up. You know what? Today is going to be fun. Let's just go for it. So what I want to do is go into Story, the bright orange shade, and just go under the lash line. Ooh, that is bright. And I'm gonna take it all the way into the corner. Oh, this is fun. This is a really pretty color. Story is pigmented, it's beautiful. I love orange, it's one of my favorite colors. So I'm very happy that this was included in the palette. And I think I'm gonna dip into Ritual on the same brush and just place it on the outer corner, just so that we can kind of smudge that out. And now I think I'm going to take a shader brush and I'm going to do what I did before. I'm going to mix Aura and Soothe. Just one dip into each, tap off a lot of the excess. Then I'm going to go right up to the edge of that and just buff those together. Oh, I think that looks so cute. What are we gonna put on the inner corner? I kind of want to put Story. If this turns out poorly, we'll just cover it up with a little bit of Aura. So I'm going into the metallic Story. Oh, I think that looks so cool. Oh, I got eyeshadow on my face. Oh, I love that. I'm gonna take a small shader brush. This is actually a kind of pointy one. And I'm just going to go along the edges of that. Just because Story is such a strong pigment, you want to make sure it looks like buffed out, not just placed on there, slapped on there willy-nilly. That looks so cool. I do love that. I think I'm just gonna dip into the metallic Aura a little bit. Ooh, that kicked it up a notch. That's pretty. Let me do my Bomb Lash mascara really quick. And I'm going to go in with a Morphe eyeliner in the shade Bamboo. It's just a pretty nude color. Because I think I want to keep the eyes kind of like bright and open, so this eyeliner will help with that. So this is the completed eye look. I want to talk about one thing. So I already talked about how pigmented the black is and how it's really, you know, it's got a lot of fallout, it's got a lot of kickback in the pan. But one thing that I'm a little upset with, only on this eye, is that the black eyeliner, the black shadow is transferring into my crease. I think you can see that. And of course the glitter is a little bit, but I honestly, that's normal. Like, glitter is a lot and it kind of just moves around your eye a little bit. I don't take any points off for that because a lot has stayed on the lid. It still looks really good. Yeah, but the only drawback right now is the amount of fallout that is there and this black kind of transferring. I do have oily eyelids, maybe if I had set my eyes a little bit more. But still, it's something to think about. I still think that the look came out super pretty. I think it looks beautiful. I love all the colors. So my favorite parts of the palette, I love the glitter, but I'm only going to use it on special occasions just because it is quite messy, and I always say that the Tartist Pro is my favorite palette for starters, for beginners, but I also think that this would be a great starter palette. I think it's a really, really good competitor for that. It's just, this is an overall amazing palette. I knew it was gonna be. Tati would never come out with anything that was subpar or even like just good. I knew it was going to be amazing. So if you ask me if I recommend this palette, wholeheartedly I do. It is so worth the money. It really, really is. I think the price was $48. I'm going to price check that and put it on there, and I'm pretty sure my shipping was $4.95. If you are looking to get a palette to start with, something for Christmas for someone, something for Christmas for yourself, it's such an easy palette to work with. It takes the work out for you. You're not going crazy with blending. There's so much stuff in here. Everything's easy to use. The glitters are easy to use. Not a lot of glitters are like this. You can't just place them on your eyelid. It would probably even be more vibrant if you used a glitter glue, but I wanted to try it by itself because Tati talked about how they have a sticky base to them and you're able to place them on, and you really are. And there's, oh my goodness, the Soothe one is so pretty. Oh, I love that. I love Story. It's so pretty. I ran out of fingers. So these are the shades. I want to kind of catch the light on them. They're just so pretty. And I just think those look so nice. This palette is, I cannot say enough good things about it. I really only had 2 criticisms, but I still absolutely wholeheartedly recommend it. I'm so excited to get into this and create a kind of fun, crazy look. I'm definitely going to reach into those sequin shades for that look, and I hope you guys stick around for that. So that's everything for me, guys. I hope you learned something new, maybe about me, maybe about the makeup. I hope you're having a great day wherever you are, and I will see you guys in the next one. All right, bye!